Hello everyone and welcome to Camping with Lenny. Today we're going to go through what I'm bringing with me for my first camping trip. So this is going to be my first one, so I want to make sure that what I'm bringing with me makes sense. Because this is my first camping trip without friends and family. Before I was relying on friends and family to bring their supplies to offset what I don't have. So today, we're going to go through what I'm bringing with me, all the new stuff I'm bringing with me, and the stuff I'm planning to bring with me. I think that's the best way to go all about it. So let's just go straight into it. Actually, before we go into it, I'll give you guys a bit of a story here. About a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I decided to find out if I can actually make my car into a temporary car camping setup thing, because I have an SUV. So I decided to get into my put it this way. I ended up going back to my car, my SUV. I'm just letting you right now. It's a Lexus NX 300, so it's not appropriate for an SUV or a 4x4. But let's just say it's big enough. So I decided, you know what, let's go see if I can convert this to a car camping setup and see if I can actually sleep in this tent in this car instead of setting up a tent, to see if I can actually set it up properly. So the first thing I did is clean the car up, fold the back seat, and grab my sleeping pad and put it back into the car. Let's just say the back of an NX300, a Lexus NX300, does not fold in flat. So it is interesting when I set it up. So I put the air mattress on, lay down on it, and I realized that my back is an incline, and my feet was dangling off the car. So closing the trunk is definitely not an option in this case. So I decided, you know what, let's just abandon this. At least get the car cleaned. So experiment failed in that case. So I decided, you know what, let's just go back to my original thought of just grabbing the tent and heading out. Okay. So the tent that I currently have is an REI Kingdom 6 tent. It's about 10 years old. It does work very well. Setting up is just the problematic portion of this, because I'm planning. Typically, if I go camping, I usually have friends to give me a hand in some aspect of this setting up. I have set up the tent by myself before, and no issues there. Instead of taking 15 minutes to set it up, it took me half an hour. Again, it's just a big tent to set up. It's not a deal just if you just want to pop into a campsite for one night and leave again. So it's not a thing like that for this tent. If you're staying for 2 nights, then this tent is perfect. I'm also bringing with me is just a simple a folding cot. I got it from Sale. It's a Canadian sport shop. I got their branded folding camp bed. It's a cot. It's great. It's very lightweight, very small when it gets folded, but it's very comfortable. I also have a self-inflating camping pad. It's a single one. If you get 2 of them, you can actually Velcro them together to make it make it double. So this works out really well, so I'm going to be using that. I'm also bringing in a camping chair. It's a simple Coleman camping chair, nothing fancy, with a cup holder. But here's the thing about camping chairs. If you're planning to buy a camping chair, make sure you sit on it and you don't feel any pressure on your leg, because some camping chairs, when you the frame itself is actually cross-framed, so when you sit on it, you get actually pressure in your leg. It's very comfortable. So if you are planning to buy a brand new camping chair, make sure that camping chair is comfortable. Sit on it. Just don't buy it online. Camping chair is going to be your chair. It's the chair that you'll be sitting on when you're camping. So make sure it's comfortable. Okay. The other one as well too that I'm bringing with me is a portable camping table. The reason why I'm bringing a portable camping table is not actually for the camping part. It's not for the outside. It's actually for the inside of the tent. The reason why I'm using a camping table because I do sleep with a sleep apnea machine. I do have a portable one, so I just need something to be above the floor, just to keep it safe and all that good stuff. So that's why I'm bringing this with me. So far, that's furniture wise. That's all I'm bringing with me. For camping, for camping kitchen stuff, I am planning to bring one cooler. It's a simple Coleman cooler. Put it this way, it fits 63 cans of pop. That's how big it is. I actually have two of these because when I go camping with friends and family, with people, I'm usually the cooler guy. So I bring all the liquid, so the beer, the water, and all that stuff. So I separate the water and the beer, and let's just say no one gets thirsty, and it works really well. So it's a 45 liter cooler. So I have two of those, but I only bring one with me. Again, I'm by myself, so it's going to be holding my water and my food. I'm also bringing a 2-burner stove from Coleman. It's an old stove. It's a hand-me-down from my sister. It does work very, very well. I love the stove. The stove is great. It's old, unfortunately, and it's reliable. But I am going to bring a backup single burner stove. You just attach straight to through a small propane bottle, and I'm bringing that with me just in case of backup, because again, the 2-burner stove that I got and the single burner are incredibly old. They're about 10 plus years old, and they still work. But I do want to bring something that, again, this is my first camping trip, so I'm bringing a little bit more than normal and backups just in case. I'm also bringing in a 10-liter reusable water container. The reason why I'm bringing a reusable water container, especially a 10-liter one, because you do need water to wash your you just need to wash up your stove, or your pots or your pans. Well, in this case, I'm just bringing one pan with me, pan and utensils or anything that you cannot burn. You have to wash to make sure that animals does not go into your campsite. So just give you an idea there. That's why I do need to bring in just a reusable container just to do a wash up. Again, I don't bring water. I'm not going to fill this in until I get to the campsite. So again, it's just for sanitary purposes. The next one I'm bringing in is a collapsible sink. It's a bucket. It's just a portable bucket or a collapsible bucket. Reason why I'm bringing that is to wash up my like knives, forks, pots, pans, whatever I'm bringing with me, just to clean this up. Because again, you don't want to bring all your dirty plates to the wash up area and just wash it there. It's just, again, it's a shareable site. So the resource is shareable, so you need to bring it back to your campsite and just wash yourself. So I'm bringing that again, just to wash up stuff. So that's that. The next one is power, camping power and stuff. Reason why I'm bringing power battery pack. I made sure that I don't pick site that has power built into it or has a plug-in power. The reason why I'm not getting a plug-in power is if you ever camped before, if you're ending up going to a powered site, there's a good chance that your neighbors will have power as well too, and there's a good chance that they will play music all night. And there is a sound curfew in the park, but at the same time, you don't want that a hassle, especially if you're tired. So I always make sure that I go to a campsite that has no power in it, so it's a lot quieter. If you're looking for that, if the only downfall is you do need power, like I do for my CPAP, I do need to bring battery pack. So I am currently shopping around for a Jackery Power Station Explorer. I'm looking at 240, I believe, or 240 or 300, and the included solar powered 100 watts ones. I'm calculating that I can get away using the 250. I think it's a 250 because I'm not really powering up a lot of things. It's just literally my my CPAP and possibly charging my phone, but that's it. So having the 250, I think, is worth it. Plus, you're saving a little bit of money there. The biggest expenditure is actually the solar panel. It is it's equivalent price as the power station, but again, if you don't have a plug-in power, you do need to use solar to charge up your battery. So I am looking at getting that before I head out for my camping trip, but that should be in my possession in the next couple of weeks before I head out. The next one I want to talk about is the accessories, like what you just bring with me just in case you need it, especially for supply stuff, like what you need to do or whatever you need to cut. I'm actually going to bring with me a Thermocell mosquito repellent. It's a propane-powered mosquito repellent. This has been... let's just say this has been talked about for a while now. I keep seeing the Thermocells in my research about going camping solo, and people swear by it. It's a great product, and I found a supplier in Toronto, so I can get it from them instead of getting it from Amazon. And it's actually cheaper if you just get it locally. So if you can find it, I got mine in sale.com, sale.ca. It's a store. So if you're in Canada, go there. You can get it from there. The next one I'm bringing with me for sure that I can't live without, but I do need it just in case. It's a multi-tool. I am bringing in my old Letterman Fuse multi-tool. The name of the series is Fuse, Fuse. The reason why I'm bringing this with me is it comes with a screwdriver, Phillips ruler, bottle opener, right? Wire strippers, anything like that you need to cut something. That works perfectly. And I also have that I want to add in this list as well too as an axe. I do have a small axe to cut the wood that I'll be getting to for fire. You can get kindling and proper wood, but the only problem is if you're going to buy two bags, and there's a good chance you don't need two bags. So I'm planning to just buy one bag of firewood and go through that. Usually I can go through one bag every 2 days. Last time I went camping, so it's not that's like starting a fire in the morning and at night type deal. So I do need to get kindling, so I'm planning to use the axe to shave off some wood to start the kindling on that one. That's why an axe is a good thing. I also want to recommend a headlamp. My headlamp is vital. The reason why I'm recommending a headlamp instead of a regular flashlight is in headlamps you can actually strap it in your head and eat properly without balancing the flashlight between your head and your shoulder. Try to eat on something. If you start balancing that, you're not going to have a great time. Plus, if you're walking, it's easier to strap in your head lamp and walk instead of using a flashlight. At least you have your hands free if you want to carry anything. So a headlamp is very ideal. You don't need to get the most expensive, the most fanciest headlamp. You can get one from Canadian Tire. It's fine. It's or at any outdoor shop. You don't need to get the high-end one. You can just get the middle range headlamp, and it works perfectly. Make sure there's 3 settings. One's low, mid, or high beam, because during at night you don't want to walk around with around the campsite, especially with fire. With a bonfire, you don't want to walk around with a high beam because it's very distracting. You just need a little glow so your eyes will not adjust too much. So that's a good thing. Plus, if you're going to be walking to the bathroom, for example, you do need something high just to create more light when you're walking, right? So That's the equipment I'm planning to bring with me. Again, there's other things that's not on the list yet regarding clothes, utensils, or anything like that. But what I'm planning to do is what I've been doing throughout my camping experience. I actually have a dry bin. I separate everything through a wet bin and dry bin. The wet bin is mostly the cooler stuff that holds the water, food, whatever that needs to be cooled. The dry bin is mostly utensils, paper plates, anything that needs to keep dry. If you separate both of them instead of putting in a plastic bag or anything like that, it gets very, water can get in there and it gets wet. Next thing you know, everything that you own that needs to be dry is wet. So I definitely recommend having a dry bin and a cooler, and make sure all your stuff that you're planning to bring with you, it's in a dry bin to make sure it's dry. So that's what I'm planning to bring with me during my first camping trip. So for me, okay, let's go talk about the most important thing: getting ready to get to your before you leave camping. Most of the stuff is pretty obvious. Make sure you have a reservation number when you go camping, especially if you're going to a provincial park or any camping site. Make sure you have your reservation ready to go. Bring yourself a first aid kit. You can make your own first aid kit. There's a lot of lists that you can get from the Red Cross or Health Can or anything like that you can create your own first aid kit. So never leave home without a first aid kit. That's one thing. Second, the third thing that you have to make sure that you bring with you is cell phone. Cell phone is very important, again, for emergency purposes. Make sure it's charged. Make sure you have proper cables when you're charging your phone. So if you do have a car already, you'll have that cable in your car no matter what. So you have that. And power bank is very important. If you don't need a power bank like what I'm planning to get, you can just bring your own. You can just go get yourself a power bank in Best Buy or Amazon or any places you can get your power bank from, and just make sure that there's enough juice or enough power to charge your phone twice. Then at least you're safe to go through. The other one that definitely want to recommend, and you don't have to, is bring a radio with you. The old traditional AM/FM radio. The reason why I'm recommending that, because if there's any emergency weather-wise, radio always be the first one that's going to be transmitting that emergency. So having a radio is always a good thing. Again, they're very inexpensive. You can get one and you can keep in your house or in your car for emergency. Okay. The other one that I suggest you have with you while you're getting ready is gas up your car before you go. The reason why I'm suggesting that, or gas up the day before you leave, actually. The reason why I'm suggesting that is if you're going anywhere camping and you have to gas up halfway, you might forget and your timing will be off. And sometimes if you're going in a long weekend or a very beautiful weekend that everyone's going camping, the lineup is going to be long and you'll be miserable. You're spending more time trying to look for a gas station or trying to pump gas rather than being in a campsite. I gas up day before. I always do. So that makes my life a lot easier. I also want to recommend getting your ice the day before you. The day that you leave for camping. Make sure where you can find your ice from. For me, I have 3 places I can get ice, literally just walking distance away from my place. So it works really well from my side. But if you're living like in the core of a city that you don't know where to get ice, make sure where you can get it. I'm going to talk to you guys about how I prep my ice and my cooler when I go camping, because it's very, very important to keep your stuff cold. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that and how I make everything cold for the whole weekend without topping up your ice. So a lot of weird things like that I can give you guys a hand on, but it does work. Very, very surprised it does work. Ice is very important. Don't think that when you buy your ice you only need 1 or 2. I normally bring 2 with me, if it's a short distance, and any excess ice, I try to pack in as much as I can. It does melt, but I'll show you guys how I prep my cooler, and everything will make sense for you guys. The other thing that I do want to stress to bring with you guys is a hat. Get yourself a hat, a proper sun hat. If you're planning to bring a fashionable baseball cap or a basketball cap, and if it rains, guess what? Your hat will get wet and damaged. So get yourself a good outdoor hat. I have an outdoor hat from Tilly. Tilly is a brand based in Vancouver that specializes in sailing hats, and I have an outdoor hat from them. I've been using it for the past 5 years, 6 years, and it works really, really well. And it keeps my sand out of my head. It keeps me cool. It's designed to be ventilated, but to be honest with you guys, it's not very fashionable, but it does work. So I'm just letting you know. Fashion should be the last thing in your mind if you go camping. Just letting you know, just be comfortable. And what I'm going to do as well too is if you go to Lenny, campingwithlenny.com, there's going to be a link there for a list of camping equipment, what you need, like a checklist I'm going to put together for you guys. It's going to be in that on that site on my website. It'll be there's a download link there that you can grab the file itself. So it's a pretty neat list that you can use. It's I accumulate this list when I was researching the list of equipment I'm bringing with me. So it's going to be there. So visit campingwithlenny.com. Sorry, I'm just a little. I have a cold. Just getting out from my cold. So, but yeah. So that's the equipment I'm planning to bring with me. This is not all of it yet, but I'll give you a better idea of what kind of equipment I'll be bringing with me when I get to site and going through the. I'm literally going to be giving you guys a massive tour of the campsite and tell you exactly what I'm planning to bring. At least it gives you an idea there too. So yeah, so those are my essential equipment I'm currently planning to bring with me. I know it sounds a lot. That sounds very bulky. The reason why I'm bringing this with me is, again, it's my first camping trip. So I have this feeling that every camping trip after the first one will be reducing more weight, changing equipment that needs to be replaced, that's dying, that'll be replaced. So eventually, by the time midsummer hits, I have a more slimline, more minimalist camping setup and camping equipment that I'm bringing with me. Well, that's all I have for this episode. So if you have any questions or comments, you can drop me a line at campingwithlenny.com. There you can find all the episodes, plus my list of equipment that I'm bringing with me that's going to be evolving throughout the year. Also, what I'm planning to do as well too, when I get to my campsite, you'll start seeing photos as well too. All the photos will be posted there as well. And the food I'm planning to bring as well too, that's going to be posted there as well too, so you guys know how I'm planning to eat. So it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. So thanks again. I'll see you guys next time.